How did you see your child acting that made you say, something's not right? What happened? My youngest son was a very cranky baby. He cried a lot, and the only thing that would calm him was when I held him close to my chest. I told his pediatrician that something wasn't right with him, and he told me that I worry too much and that my son was perfectly healthy. One day, I had placed my son in his playpen on his belly so that he could grasp his soft toys. I was standing behind him watching him, and I noticed that when my 6-year-old daughter was talking to him, she was kneeling beside his playpen. My son didn't pay any attention to her when she talked to him. I stood behind him and I yelled real loud, and he never even flinched. I got a pan and a large metal spoon and had my daughter bang on it a few times from where she was kneeling, and still he never flinched or looked her way. I knew then that he was deaf. I called his pediatrician and told him that my son is deaf and I wanted a referral for my son to see an ears, nose, and throat doctor. Again, he told me that my son is perfectly fine. I fought with quite a few doctors before I found one that actually listened to me. After arguing with different doctors for 4 years, I finally got the referral that I needed to see a specialist. Back in the 80s, you needed a referral to see a specialist. My son also constantly had a runny nose. I was told he had allergies that caused that. When I finally saw the specialist, he told me that my son was deaf and that he felt my son needed surgery to put tubes in his ears. Finally, at the age of 4, my son had the surgery. The surgeon came out to talk to me after the surgery and told me that my son suffered with pain since he was born because he had extra skin covering his eardrums. And because of his allergies, his sinuses were impacted and the fluids built up in his ears, and his ears were so infected he couldn't believe that the doctors wouldn't listen to me. His surgery was successful, and the surgeon removed the extra layer of skin and put tubes in his ears. My son was finally free of pain and could hear. I had to teach him everything that he didn't learn in those 4 years. I even recited nursery rhymes to him, along with teaching him the alphabet and how to count, how to tell time. I even had to tell him the names of things and people. When he went to school, I had them hold him back in 1st grade because I felt that he needed that extra year of learning because he had a difficult time learning. I'm glad I held him back because he then became an honor student through the rest of his school years.